Hi guys, welcome back. I just wanted to do a bit of a talk actually on recent events. I keep seeing this guy Andrew Tate come up in my feed, and being a slightly older generation, I thought, who the hell is this guy and why is he always on my YouTube feed, and why is he in Instagram and all the different social medias? So I had a little bit of a look, and I know then he's been in the news this week for some allegations made against him. So I just had a couple of comments to make on that whole deal. That guy seems to get a lot of stick for being some kind of evil monster, and I don't actually know if he is a misogynistic psychopath or if he is some sort of marketing genius, because to me, however you see that, he has hacked the algorithm. He has totally cracked it. So he's worked out that if you say some deeply controversial things that really are upsetting to a lot of people, and at the same time are quite appealing to a small subsection of society, and then you tie those things together with some other things that are just generalized kind of hard truths that a lot of people don't really want to hear but are unarguably true. If you team those two things together, you're basically going to go viral. But there is a caveat to that you have to be prepared to take the grief that comes from it. So interesting, that he's obviously made that decision to, be the focus of a lot of people's anger and hatred in return for fame, money, and all the trappings that come along with it. And it got me thinking, is that something that I would be prepared to do? So would I take that opportunity if I could? And I could arguably, I've noted the way it's done, so I could create a YouTube channel and say loads of really controversial stuff. You could pretty much say controversial stuff on any subject matter that was deeply offensive to people, that would guarantee you lots of comments, and as long as it was something where you also had a group that were defending what you were saying. He's picked an ideal subject matter because there's going to be a group of young males that lack confidence, that are kind of anti-female and feeling a bit rejected because the girl that they asked out turned them down for the prom or whatever. So they're going to leap to his defense, and then you've created a situation where you're going to just have these flame wars going on in the comments, and it's going to push that thing viral. So pretty simple way of getting lots and lots of stuff out there. I personally wouldn't do that, because as much as I would enjoy the money, I wouldn't devalue myself and have people thinking that I was that kind of hateful person to put that kind of content out there. Even if I was like playing the role, I don't think I would be able to disassociate from the fact that people thought I was that guy. And I don't actually know, if that Tate guy is like a heel in wrestling, where he's created this misogynist character in order to harness that sort of viral marketing algorithm that he's latched into, or whether a part of him is actually just this horrible misogynistic guy that truly believes some of that stuff. I find that hard to believe, because he seems like there's a part of him that's intelligent, and he's able to play a decent chess game and put together some pretty articulate arguments on some subject matter, and then he kind of ruins it all, where at the end of something he'll make quite an intelligent debate, and then he'll just say something ridiculous about women being his property, or something just completely derogatory about how he could have as many affairs as he wanted to, but a woman shouldn't have any because she's got to be a mother or whatever. And you know, we all know that that's ridiculous, but obviously it gets people's backs up, and then they're inclined to comment on his posts, so they're kind of aiding him. But that leads me to a deeper and more disturbing realization, because even if that guy is a psychopathic loser who's doing that, even if he is, we have to ask ourselves, well, what kind of platforms are these that their algorithms are rewarding that kind of behavior? And I can live with the fact that there's a minuscule amount of sort of psychopathic personalities out there that have some unpleasant views. But what disturbs me more is that all the social media channels, bar none, absolutely reward the sort of behavior that he's exhibiting by giving him more ability to go viral and get all these likes and shares and stuff, because the algorithm actually feeds into exactly what he's doing, and it's programmed to be that way. So they've got a massive responsibility there that to me, they say, oh yeah, well, we deplatform him, we've removed him, but it hasn't removed him, because everyone else just shares his stuff and he's more out there than he ever was before. And again, I'm not saying he should be deplatformed, and I don't actually believe in censorship. I don't think that's the way to go. But what I do think is that some of these social media platforms should probably question the algorithm and question what it rewards and what it doesn't. And then the other thing that's even more maybe disturbing is that we're all a part of that. That if we were all sensible and we saw people making these really unpleasant claims or stating really horrible things, just walk away like you would in public. If someone was in the street screaming abusive stuff, you wouldn't go up and have like a massive long debate with them. You'd just walk away and think that the guy's probably mentally ill or something. But on the internet, we stop and stare and look and rubberneck, like people sort of gawking at some horrific accident. And then we add comments and we dislike it or like it or whatever we do. And that all feeds into the algorithm. So we're all personally responsible for this kind of content being pushed out there. And whether I like that guy or not, or whether I think he is pretending to be a persona or not, I wouldn't want to see people like that banned. But surely the best way is just to ignore them and carry on if you personally don't like the content they're putting out there. And that is also, there's going to be people that I do like their content, and maybe other people that find that deeply offensive. So we have to realize that we're not all going to like everyone's content. But to me, the reward that we're giving it, and the reward that social media companies are giving this sort of high hit rate, it's almost that quick dopamine fix, these short videos of something really, really out there and really polarizing. I question whether we should be enjoying that, and whether social media companies should be promoting it.